the Thursday night online open mic here at the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Always feel so blessed to be with you. Yes. The list is in the chat. This Osomok, I don't know what you did, but you got on first on the list again this week. DG Clearing is on the waiting list. Hi, everybody. So as you join us and get in on the chat, and thank you everybody watching on Facebook Live and on YouTube at the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. It's been so therapeutic. We're almost reaching, I believe, our 1-year anniversary. I was trying to figure out what date it was because it was such a blur. We were the first open mic in the New Eurekan Poets Cafe history on Zoom during the pandemic. So it was so successful that it branched out, and now we have a complete lineup of programs in the New Eurekan Poets Cafe, including my homie, Monday night advocate of words, you already know, who just takes his open mics to another level, which is strictly poetry, but here all styles are welcome. So welcome, I'm your host, La Bruja, the good witch with that hood switch. I'm feeling so grateful because last week, as we prayed for my friend Ralph Martinez, he peacefully passed away. And he fought cancer but didn't win. And we were praying for him during his transition. He passed a week ago today on Thursday night. And that just means the world to me, that this community was just sending love and light to his spirit. So I know that he is in peace and he is feeling the love. So may he rest in peace, Ralph Martinez. I called him my legal guardian angel because he was a lawyer, he was my friend, and he was a tremendous photographer. May he rest in peace, and thank you everybody for all your prayers. Cancer has affected all of us somehow. So I've decided to help my cousin, her name is Andrea Montalvo, to find a cure for blood cancers. I just joined her team, Inspired, Not Tired, that's the name of the team, to raise money for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. And she's running for Woman of the Year. She's a nurse. She's been working at Montefiore and during this pandemic. And she's usually a nurse for pediatric cancer patients. And she was, right there in the front line. So I want to shout out my cousin Andrea Montalvo for being a hero during this pandemic and during this fight for cancer. Just means the world to me that people like this exist. And so I decided to join her team and curate and create a comedy show. I'm going to be sending you links and things. I'll share the link if you want to donate, but if you want to have a reason to donate, I'm curating a comedy show with the great Mark Vieira and the amazing Gina Brillon, New Eurekan talent to the core, on May 7th. So it'll be Comedy for a Cure fundraiser, and more info to come on that. And since I got to keep up, I'm gonna be hosting. I was like, I need to get up my jokes. I got to get my joke game up. You know what I mean? So I was thinking, like, I'm still here in Puerto Rico, and I've been catching some shade, and I don't mean under the palm trees. People like, you still in Puerto Rico? Yes, I am. Is it paradise? Yes, it is. But mosquitoes, okay? Mosquitoes. They love me. I hate them. It's crazy here in Puerto Rico. Like, I don't know, but I land and they come out on my luggage. I get my luggage and mosquitoes just coming out. You know what I mean? And when they bite me, they seriously bite me, and they give me like marks and welts, and it's horrific. But luckily I have an old remedy. I use an old remedy to alleviate the itch. I scratch the shit out of it. Yeah, I'm old fashioned like that. That's how I alleviate the itch. I scratch the shit out of it, and then I take my thumbnail and I do the sign of the cross into the mosquito bite, and dig into the flesh, because those mosquitoes are the devil. That's right. So thumbs up for Jesus into the mosquito bite. That's pretty much my cure. I swear that I died of malaria in a past life because when I get bit, I feel like the world is gonna end. But yeah, I won't stop scratching until I've dug the sign of the cross into it like about 3 times and blood is drawn. So while you think I'm having a ball here in Puerto Rico, trust me, it's a battle. And the battle is on. Now, we're not battling, but we're here for the open mic, my favorite night of the week, Thursday night. Everybody has like 3 to 4 minutes. I try to keep it tight and short because I try to get everybody on. Our list is 25 people, but I am trying to get 30 people on. As you can see in the chat, all the names are there. Let's try to get to those people. I cannot deny that I love to pop cherries too. So if it's your very first time, I will pop your cherry. I want to give a shout out to Peggy Robles Alvarado, who's doing amazing work. Generalissimo's writing tremendous poetry in her class. Ray Jane, all these people are writing amazing work because of Peggy, but I want to let you know, I pop Peggy's cherry on an open mic in the barrio, baby. I claim that cherry, and so proudly. So let's open up the room for some shout outs and let's get to our first open mic girl. Let's unmute so everybody can say hoo-hoo.
Yo, happy Thursday.
Let's get it.
Let's
do this.
All right. Great. Okay. So, there's Bill Elkins. He's on the list.
Hi.
Hi, Bill.
How are you?
We're ready for you. Our first person up is none other than Professor Tesosomok. Let's unmute Tesosomok.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So let's get the mood going. The paradox of the failure of imagination. Oppression involves a failure of the imagination, the failure to imagine the full humanity of the other human beings. Margaret Atwood. A failure of imagination is a circumstance wherein something seemingly predictable and undesirable wasn't planned for or disregarded. A failure of imagination is related to unknown unknowns made famous by Rumsfeld on February 12, 2002, when responding to a reporter's question about the lack of evidence linking the government of Iraq with the supply of weapons of mass destruction to terrorist groups. If anyone knows about the failure of imagination, it is Margaret Atwood, author of The Handmaid's Tale. Atwood's works encompass many themes that include gender and identity, religion and myth, the power of language, climate change, and power politics. In the Testaments, she examines how individuals make decisions about ethics in a totalitarian regime. We flash back to the Lyceum and Thasso's whiteness of the Greek statuary dedicated to Apollo, the wolf god, and the 10-book Nicomachean Ethics written for his son, Nicomacheus. Nicomachean Ethics by Aristotle, an essentialist philosophical inquiry into the nature of human beings. Aristotle posits there is an ultimate good, that all human actions ultimately aim this good towards which all human action implicitly or explicitly aim is happiness. So when essentialism fails at the political level, we commonly hear the rhetoric of, quote, a failure of imagination as being the greatest problem. We can read the headlines, quote, failure of imagination, National Guard absence at Capitol riots show lack of preparation. Distrust after heavy-handed BLM response. A failure of imagination was the greatest problem that allowed the attacks on September 11, 2001. After 20 months of investigation and millions of dollars, the commission's released its final report. Quote, we were not prepared, said Thomas Key, the Republican who chaired the committee. But what is being glossed here is the failure to acknowledge the power symmetry principle. When a no harm power symmetry disappears, with the emergence of one individual able and willing to inflict harm. BIPOC experience has been that there doesn't seem to be any failure of imagination when asymmetrical power is applied to us. When Chauvin jabbed his knee at George Floyd's neck, he seemed very lucid, quote, then stop talking, stop yelling. It takes a heck of a lot of oxygen to talk, end quote, said Derek Chauvin, the white officer who held his knee to Floyd's neck for nearly 8 minutes, even after Floyd stopped moving. Pantaleon didn't have a failure of imagination when he placed his arm around Gardner's neck and wrestled him to the ground with multiple officers pinning him down. Gardner repeated the words, "I can't breathe." We could go on through the lot of U.S. history, the transatlantic trade, slave trade, the southern plantations, the Indian Wars, the Manifest Destiny, Mexican-American War, COINTELPRO, Manzanar, Black Wall Street, Tuskegee Experiment, Ruben Salazar at the Silver Dollar Bar. So we are not ignorant. This is nothing more than a red herring to cover up when the directed violence is self-inflicted. We go back to the testaments, the lessons of the widow's mite or the widow offering, where two mites, Greek lepta, are together worth quadrants. The smallest Roman coin, a lepton, was the smallest and least valuable coin in circulation in Judea, worth about 6 minutes of an average daily wage. Our politicians will reduce us like widows into poverty, encourage and compel us to overly piety beyond our means. We reject their inverted totalitarianism that fails to condemn the widow's generosity, the social system that makes us poor, and the asymmetrical value system that coerces us and those classes that condition us to accept their cancel symmetry. Thank you.
Yo, eso somos. Generalísimo. Huh?
How was that?
That was genius.
Is that a good mosquito bite?
Eso somos, you're brilliant and you know it. You know it. You definitely make my brain swell, like for sure. You expand our minds. Generalissimo says that you're the wizard in the Wizard of Oz. You're like behind it all. Thank you so much. Eso somos, ladies and gentlemen. Brilliant. No games played here. No lack of imagination here. All right. So Teso Somos, let them know where to follow you, and then we're gonna go to Lynn Lane. Okay, you're all right. Lynn Lane, let's go. Asked to unmute.
There, now it wouldn't let me unmute. I kept trying.
Hi.
Hey, sorry about that. I was pushing the button, I promise.
Oh, it's okay. It was my fault, actually.
All right, so this is new shit. I wrote it on Monday, and then it was rough, and I just finished it a few minutes ago. So.
Ooh, all right, new shit. Take it away, Lynn Lane.
All right. I sat at the table as the sun crept over the chest of my morning, scratching its way to a revolution. There was a caravan of voices traveling aimlessly in tandem across the desert of my consciousness. My traditional means of escape slipped through the steam, screaming from a cracked kettle, "Let me be free this early dawn." The baritone voice of solitude snaked through the canyons of a torn calendar, dangling from a bent nail in a straight world, holding every bit of my lost time. A hornless bugler without a breath blew a soliloquy of lavender fields on the seams of an evening tide, leashed tightly to a blood-red moon. The sounds of square wheels rolling over cracked pavement echoed through a smoke-tinged window covered with the tattered curtains of my ancestry. They knock at my door often with their clenched fist and judging knuckles. They carry their colorful pamphlets promising me a better life whenever I'm gone. Slick black ties, crisp white shirts, Half-rusted bicycles, with their God as their eyes, they watch me. A church bell clangs in the distance, banging on the side of an empty liquor store's walls before dismantling my lost salvation. Hello? Can I help you? Thank you for visiting. I recycle regularly. I'll hold your literature close. Please don't forget to wipe your feet before you don't come in. I'm just here for the survival. I'll leave the revival to you.
Lynn Lane, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, so many people were quoting you in the chat. I sat at the table of revolution with lavender tide and a blood red room. Oh my gosh. They said your metaphor game is stellar, and I agree.
Thanks,
Great
everybody.
job. Thank you, Lynn Lane. What you got back there? You got photography equipment? What is that? I'm being super nosy. Lynn Lane got equipment in the back. All right. So next up, who do we have? None other than Nick Paleologos, who's been filling up his journal ever so immensely. This is where my journal is at right here. I got my little journal right here.
It's about less than halfway now. We're about almost 3/4 in now.
Yay.
It's filling up real quickly. Sorry for the loss, by the way, La Bruja.
Thank you,
It'll
sweetheart.
be all good. No worries. And the crazy thing is about the mosquito thing before I begin, I had the same problem too. Mosquitoes always would like to bite me too as well. Watch the sugar intake. The mosquitoes love sugar. So like if there's gonna be a lot of mosquitoes, try not to use mint sugar. That'll like, keep them away. Help me out. So I figured I'd help you out. So I have new shit. And it is one piece. It's called America's Pet Problem. Remember the time when the sayings were, we don't negotiate with terrorists, freedom fries, or go about your lives? That only applies to terrorists overseas, not America's own domestic breed. The USA has ADD, and there isn't enough Ritalin to keep its focus on its own issues, instead meddling in other countries' affairs. Do I really need to give you the list? It would take too long to tell you about the trepidations. While America is away meddling for oil, the conspiracy theories fly, and the politicians let it breed more domestic terrorists. Continue to buy the lies that are fed into their bowls, grooming them into the badges to take lives that aren't white and get off scot-free, acting surprised Pikachu face when protests mount because they throw brutality at the problem and not an actual solution. Continue to breed them like bunnies do, disguising them as Bengal cats and golden retriever dogs when they are cowardly lions and scaredy wolves, churning the war machines to overdrive, trying to divide masses and conquer groups, whether the war be outside or inside, brainwashed to believe they are the better bloodline. This isn't limited to just those that have the badges. White supremacists will go after those who aren't their own. Politicians, if you don't fix this, then your hour of reckoning will collapse the house of cards that you cling to. Corral your domestic pets of terrorists and deprogram them. We would be better off without them. End. Peace.
Yes, Nick. Letting them know about white supremacy. We've been trying to just dismantle. And, to see how the government doesn't function, or maybe they function because they have their own agenda. But I was saying, man, white supremacy is spoken in a dialect called hyena. That was one of my things I wrote in my journal just yesterday. But that was dope, Nick Paleologos. Let them know how to follow you. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much, La Bruja. You can follow me at the real Nick P. That's spelled TheRealNickP. I also have a couple books in the works coming soon, so we'll eventually get those out there at some point. Thank you so much, New York and La Bruja.
Good. Congratulations on that new shit and your books and everything that you do, Nick Paleologos. Okay, now let's go to Abraham Kimani. It was his birthday last week and he really enjoyed it.
Yes, I did, and I'm enjoying it tonight too. So, first of all, hope you guys are doing well. My condolences to you, La Bruja.
Thank you.
And secondly, you guys can find me on Instagram at Poetically Incorrect 562 and on Facebook at Poetically Incorrect. And for the next 4 minutes, I'm gonna share with you guys some acronyms, no haikus this time, and a piece. January, justified Africans, naturally undeterred activists, radicalizing youth. February, for every Black revolutionary undoing American racism yearly. March, monumental actions righteously create history. April, ancestors presently reside in libraries. May, me appreciate you. June, justice uproot nefarious elites. July, join us, liberate yourself. August, always underground, gracefully undermining systemic tyranny. September, sage experience ports touching each microphone, blessing ears remotely. October, overthrowing corruptive terrorist organizations before Earth regresses. November, need omnipotent voices, engaging masses, bringing educational resources. December, destroying erected Confederate emblems, memorializing brutal evil races. Sunday, shining under nocturnal's dim abyss year-round. Monday, maternally omniscient Nubian divas ascending year-round. Tuesday, toilers united everywhere, solely demanding abolition year-round. Wednesday, wisdom educates disciples, nobly elevates saints, deifies ancestors year-round. Thursday, tell her unsung radical stories, demolishing androcentrism year-round. Friday, freedom refutes independence, denounces America year-round. Saturday, sharing awesome talents, unveiling radiant dreams achieved year-round. And speaking about death, when death comes in the morning. When death comes in the morning, will it violently take me out on a date with a bullet, a blade, a blunt object, a disease, a kiss of betrayal planted on my cheek, an accident purposely leaving my body lifeless at home, in the hospital, on the street, no savior around to rescue me from mortality? Or will it allow me to breathe my last breath peacefully at an old age, before summoning my soul to rise and shine with a gentle tap on my shoulder, softly whispering in my ear how I lived a long and good life, doing great works completely well done. Like a faithful servant, I can now retire, spend my eternal golden years in the dawn of afterlife's civilization to enjoy the everlasting brightness of heaven. The only thing I know for sure is when death comes in the morning, I will not hear you bid farewell, my love, or speak well of me while sobbing in tears. I will not feel your presence, viewing my stiff, cold body inside a coffin carried by 6 pallbearers before I am buried 6 feet on the ground. I will not see, smell, touch, or taste the food you prepared for my homecoming celebration, enjoyed by those in attendance after my funeral. Because the honest to God truth of the matter is, when death comes in the morning, none of these things will matter at all once my time is up to leave this earth. But while I am still alive tonight, you and me are more than welcome to reciprocate respect from hand to hand, share a good meal, enjoy a burst of laughter, quench each other's thirst for compassion with our wells full of tears, nurse each other back to health in moments of sickness, enrich each other's spirits in the face of poverty, cherish memories of a love that survived and thrived through the weathered storms. Count each year we spend together as the greatest blessing received from God, because when death comes in the morning, you will know I did not leave you behind without first filling your heart tank honorably with much love and respect to make sure you receive the best of care. In pieces.
Abraham Kamani. Brilliant, brilliant. That death piece actually gave me Solace. I really appreciated that piece. And oh, you know I'm the queen of acronyms, so I have complete and total respect for your acronym game right now. You basically went through the calendar. That was amazing. Let them know how to follow you, Abraham Kamani, and that was great.
All right. Again, Instagram, Poetically Incorrect 562. Facebook, Poetically Incorrect.
Super dope. Paula Torre. He don't got acronym. He spits acronyms.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, pork con queso. We're coming up to pork con queso later on, but we're gonna hear from Philip J. Curtis, aka Midnight. What time is it? It's midnight, no matter what time it is.
Condolences, La Bruja. Condolences.
Thank you.
3 haikus and a poem.
Bring it.
Oh, say, can you see what the Army did to me? Post-traumatic stress. Job or career? Work will work your fucking nerves. Paycheck to paycheck. Intimate settings. Cursing is not offensive when both are coming. Oh, hold on. Oops, my bad. My sister was calling me. That was not supposed to happen. Have you ever wanted to visit a place you heard of, not quite sure of, never been to, told about by a friend or two? Yelp review, where your feedback is welcome. So I'm inviting you onto the Elizabeth, sailing from Jamaica to West Africa. Opportunity for an extended trip, as it lasted from 1525 to 1866, where millions of Africans were taken from their homeland, transported across the Atlantic, vessels built to carry masses of people, well equipped with netting on ships for convenience. So those that would have opted for death versus enslavement could still be recaptured. Yelp review. I wonder if these words sicken your stomach, stuffed in compartments, all aboard, with no sanitary facilities. Relieve yourself where you sit. Combine that with heat, lack of ventilation, stink, and sick. Cat o' nine tails, tools used to inflict pain. Weapon mountains on deck in case of rebellion. And the women were left unshackled, only to be sexually abused by members of the crew. Yelp review. Real people, real reviews. Welcome to Adventure Plantation in Fawnsdale, Alabama. Black queens arriving to a strange new world, carrying the children of their attackers, where missionaries were brought in to teach Christianity, a message tailored to justify slavery, twisting biblically. Slaves, be obedient to your human masters with fear and trembling, not only when they are watching. So they kept praying, sang songs with coded meanings, messages of hope and visions of escape. Roll, Jordan, roll, oh, roll, Jordan, roll, a river that would flow. Rivers you cross perhaps to a better place. No more lashes. Sing a song that could set slaves free. Songs reflecting the institution of slavery. Bending knees aching, bodies racked with pain. A slave had to sing, beaten for their skin without a twinge of hint or guilt. How this country was built. Yelp review. Let your customers advertise you. Sugar-coated onto TV screen, stories omitted in classrooms. What our forefathers went through. Yelp review. The stories that they sold but never told you.
Woo! Midnight, bringing that heat. So powerful. Thank you for that, and your haikus were fire too. Thank you.
Thank you back.
Beautiful work. I mean, if anybody comes to watch our open mic and they are sleeping, they will be woke by the end of it. Everybody's like hitting that consciousness on the pulse of it, and I just love it. Thank you so much. And I see your Met game, your Met paraphernalia is
Always, always,
when the
always.
phone rang. When the phone rang, I thought it was like a Mets manager or something.
Exactly. Thanking me for the packages yesterday.
Midnight. Phil Curtis, thank you so much. Many blessings to you.
Marissa, really?
Did you say how to follow you? I don't remember now.
Hey, I'm gonna put it in the chat. That's my
I,
open mic second and fourth Wednesday. Put it in the chat.
yeah, follow him and go to his open mic too. You already know it is serious. Now we're gonna see what's good with Elizabeth Strauss, aka Deadpan Lizzie.
Hey friends, La Bruja, I just want to send my condolences to you and sending you peace, love, and light, and to everyone in our poetry community, our family and community, and we're always sending each other blessings and good thoughts. This is part 2-ish from what I wrote about Women's History Month on Monday. It's called Deadpan Loud. March, my favorite month. Not because it is Pisces and Aries season. This soul is an Aries moon. I can barely handle myself most days. March is Women's History Month. Though every month to me is Women's History Month. I am one damn confident woman, feminist, and lesbian, as you can see and hear. A deadpan confident woman and lesbian, but that's my thing. I love my body, my gender. I love other women a lot more than others, as you can tell. But why shouldn't I scream from the mountaintops? I am proud of who I am. We are fucking awesome. I stand on so many women's shoulders. Nira, Audra, Maya, Tony, Amanda, Zadie, Ruth, Sonia, Chelsea, Cecile, Kamala, Amy, Kristen, Elizabeth, just to name a few. Each of these women have shattered glass ceilings for me, and so many more who continue to every day. I shatter glass ceilings for my gender every day. We must, so that future generations of women feel confident enough to continue to shatter their own, so they can proudly run over the pieces, and of course be deadpan loud themselves. To paraphrase a hero of mine, to all the women who are listening to this, never doubt you are valuable, powerful, and deserving of every opportunity in the world and every chance to pursue your own dreams. Thank you for all the glass ceilings you have shattered for me and will continue to shatter Hillary Rodham Clinton. You are the president of my heart. Thank you.
All right, Deadpan Lizzie, getting it deadpan loud and proud, loving our gender. I love your style. Everybody loves your style. You're shattering glass ceilings, representing the LGBTQ community to the fullest, and humanity to the fullest, you know?
Thank you.
You're a gem. Thank you so much, Elizabeth Strauss, ladies and gentlemen. You already know what's good. Now, let's see what Catman Bill is gonna bring to the night.
Thank you, La Bruja.
Hola, Catman Bill.
I was trying to, you're in Puerto Rico right now.
Yes, sir.
Well, there was one of my visits a long time ago. I was staying in a guest house in Condado, and I had a terrible pain in my chest, and I was convinced that I wasn't going to see the dawn. So I packed all of my belongings and made everything neat in my room, and I just went to bed thinking that I wouldn't wake up, but I woke up. That was a nice surprise. So anyways, this song is called Sing for the Elephants and Rhinos. It was written on one spring morning and afternoon in 2018, and it harkens to the plight of the elephants and rhinos. And one day, hopefully, it will be used in concerts that I would like to try to put together. Sing for the elephants, for their matriarchal clan. We need a ban on ivory, but we don't need this in our hands. The poacher cuts the rhino's face to sell for some manly gain. The savagery continues. It's time to end this game. Sing out from Connecticut and across the USA. Sing out from Sri Lanka. We need to stop this pain. We'll march in the daylight, make music in the night. Help us end this tragedy. Sing out for their lives. Sing out from Tokyo and under the hot Nairobi sun. Sing out from Toronto, united all as one. Sing for the elephants, for their matriarchal clans. We need a ban on ivory, but we don't need this in our hands. Sing out from Sydney, Hong Kong and Rome. Sing out from Sao Paulo and bring the message home. We can lift up our voices, both large and small. If we sing together, we'll surely meet the call. Sing out from London, Mumbai and Moscow. Sing out from Cape Town and Buenos Aires too. Sing, sing for the elephants, for their matriarchal clan. We need a ban on ivory, but we don't need this in our hands. The poacher cuts the rhino's face to sell for some manly gain. But savagery continues. It's time to end this game. Sing out for the elephants, for their matriarchal clan. We need a ban on ivory. We don't need this in our hands. We don't need this in our hands. Thank you.
Catman Bill. The
You know,
Nostradamus.
I obviously need my fortifier when I'm talking to you because you intimidate me. So
No, no, no. That was a lovely song. And you know, I love elephants. Actually, there's this movie called Water for Elephants with Reese Witherspoon that is like so romantic. And it just, oh my God, if you really want to see a good movie that has like sentimental elephant moments, that's definitely one of them. But it is so true. That's the largest land mammals, you know? So
right,
thank you.
and there is a group called March for Elephants, located in Cape Town, and they do have marches in up to 150 cities across the globe every few years, and I'm kind of associated with them. So my dream is to try to put together concerts to save elephants and marching in the day and going to concerts at night. So
Well,
maybe one day.
it began tonight. You definitely did a beautiful concert for us. We love the song. Thank you so much.
you.
We will support you in that because we're all connected. All of these beings are a part of us, and we are a part of these beings.
But you know, La Bruja, for 3 years in a row, 2015, 16, and 17, we did play at the bitter end But it never took off. But maybe when everything is back to normal, we can maybe talk about something that would be headquartered out of your place.
Que así sea. Yes. May it be so. Hanghankatu in Taino. Hanghankatu. May it be so. And so Jeff Cottrell asks, is Water for Elephants better than Dumbo? Jeff, you want to be started something. Luis Pabon, where you at tonight?
Present and accounted for. How you feeling?
Oh, you're on that comfy couch too.
Yeah, I'm resting over here trying to get a tropical vibe going because it's freezing in this apartment.
Oh no.
But you guys are keeping me warm, so I thank you so much.
Great, great. I hope we are. But you're
Definitely.
already hot. You already know. You're already hot, Luis Pabon. Fire poet. Marissa Prada said it. What you gonna do for us tonight?
I got two pieces I want to read. The first one is entitled Body Love, and it's dedicated to the human heart. As we get older and the heart more weathered, renovations will be required. Makers of pace, stints, and other skilled scaffolding will be needed to keep the heart beating. The walls will need to be flushed to keep love up and polished good. The heart not made of wood but flesh will need the very best. Its sure parts dusted with herbal tinctures and other things to keep the ticker less cantankerous. As we get older, the body will need more, and the heart will be there, held up strong, ready to do the work, eager to give the body love. So that's my first piece. And my next piece is dedicated to those who have died. You know, they always, before people die, I've noticed that they give you gifts. They give you gifts of courage. They give you gifts of love. And sometimes they give you like bowls, cups, and plates, So this piece is called Giving Eternal. When I come to your home, you bring me in close. Hold my hand into a fold, say I am a gift. As you place a bowl into my grasp and say, here, take this. As if you know bowls are for the living, as if you know something I didn't. I want to keep you from going, but life is like the wind. Felt 1 minute, then a cutting silence. You leave me with a kiss. Call me a gift, as if you forgot you are the present. As if to say your skin is music and one day the world will stop listening. I guess in your gifts are the lyrics to a song that I refuse to know the words to, for fear that once I do, I will lose you, as you teach me through you how to give all you can, leave nothing left, store yourself eternal, and forever live again. Listening.
Pabon. So yourself eternal. That was so beautiful. Call me a gift as if you forgot you were the present.
Yeah.
Abraham said that was deep. Ray Jane is commenting too, just loving it, love it.
Yeah, I know all those. I know you lost, your friend, your legal guardian angel, as you call him, but he's always with you, giving you that gift.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. That's really why, I see death in such a different way now. I feel even closer to them. Like there's no separation now. Like now I just say their name and they're there. So thank you, Luis Pabon, for your beautiful poetry, for your sentiment, for your brilliance. Let them know how to follow you, and then we're gonna go with Joshua.
I am on Instagram, elmajesty1. Thank you all. I love you all.
Love you. Luis Pabon, ladies and gentlemen. Ahora vamos pa, I think San Francisco, is that where it is? Joshua, talk to me.
Yes, it is. San Francisco is nice and warm over here.
Representing. Is this mood lighting? Are we getting into a mood?
It is, yeah. This is my string lights. I got it from Amazon recently. Deepest condolences to you, La Bruja. Sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
So this poem, actually, I wrote this. So last month in February, on February 4th is World Cancer Day. And I wrote this poem to honor those who lost from cancer. It's titled Beautiful Dreams. She grabs her phone on the side of her bed. She turns it on, just one tap, and she's whisked away to Bit World. The world on her fingertip, tapping on the glass, taking a peek of what's out there through someone else's window. Glancing snippets of life's flashy moments, the bad and sorrow hidden away, screened by filters and forced laughters, foregrounded by Mai Tai, engagement rings, and perfect partners, tricked with makeups, muscle cars, and inspirational quotes. But she seems content, living life through other lives, her head wrapped with a red cloth, her vein infused with her only hope. She would dream and imagine her feet on their shoes. How wonderful it must have been to experience the outside world. But sometimes a dream is a dream only. The flower petals are falling. The fruit baskets are starting to take too much space. Her bed is getting warm, so she would turn over, drifting away to her own neverland. Perhaps it's better to see from up there. All is revealed, the good and the ugly, the fake and the real. Maybe for once she can actually see and feel everything in the outside world she has always dreamed of. Thank you.
Joshua, Kernia, that was beautiful. That was so, so beautiful. Dream is only a dream, and the petals begin to fall. I felt all of those things. That was so lovely. Let everybody know how to follow you.
Yeah, you can follow me on IG at Joshua_Kurnia. That's KURNIA. I also have a podcast at Align by Line, ALIGN by Line, LINE. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Joshua. That was really, really so beautiful. I really believe, that dying feels like the best orgasm you ever had, like beyond the best. It's like,
Yeah.
So don't be afraid. It is so true. Abraham Kamani said, like, the theme is coming up of death. And I don't know if it's because of my friend that you guys, or if this is what was here, but such an important thing to accept and understand. And it takes a really evolved spirit to be able to sit with that and speak of it so beautifully. Well, now let's see what's good with Monica Berger, Metronome. She has two open, and then I let her in. I hope she is here. Are you here with us?
Thank you. That's my double screen. Hey
Oh,
now.
okay.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I am good, Monica Berger, Metronome.
No, thank you. And sorry for your loss. And you look beautiful.
Thank you. You got some shoe game for me, boo?
I do. Shit, I keep forgetting.
Some cheerful shoe game. Wepa!
Stepping on the stage.
Those boots are made for walking.
That's just what they'll do. That's my favorite. Right on. Well, Neville O'Reilly Livingston, AKA Bunny Wailer, passed on Tuesday. So it's my tribute poem, and I'm gonna start it with a intro. So here we go. Turn it up, selector. Hit me with the rubber dub that comes straight from your rib. Serve me the roots rock reggae from your crib. Feed my soul with your dance hall from the underground. Call to the rhythms from above. Give me your version from the Mount Zion. Honor me with your rockstead tea. Ska and mento fuse my blood with your sweet, sweet lovers music. Give me your pure niceness from the one drop. Give it to me till it pops. The tunes from the heavens above. I give thanks and praises to your revolutionary soul when the world continues continues to throw foul balls. Drench me with your upbeat dub. Hit me with the irie sound. Controller. Bunny Wailer taught this sheltered white girl from the suburbs the truth of humanity.
Wait, did you lose sound? Wait, we lost you. I don't know what happened there. With Bunny Wailer, we heard the first line, testing. There, I hear you now.
Oh, good. Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
Bunny Wailer, thank you. Bunny Wailer taught this sheltered white girl from the suburbs the truth of humanity, taught me what is really going on through roots rock reggae, warned me of the Blackheart man and the educated fools with his mellow mood, and brought me to the dreamland. I will never forget when I met him standing under a tree. I felt the mystic from his heart, powerful conviction ruminating from his eyes. I bowed in honor. A true revolutionary came to bless our land, to spread the message of true and overstanding, spoke up in melody of equal rights and justice, shed light on the dark, brought black and white together in concert, one love, one heart, the original Wailer, one of three, the Trinity, Peter, Bunny, and Bob, the mystic prophets of our time. The one drop keeps us at a high frequency as we listen to the reality of our racist society, gives us strength and informs us of our rights and the horrific injustice that has always existed toward Black people. I can't thank him enough. His music protected me from the brainwashing of what America's propaganda wanted me to believe and keep us segregated. I refused the junk call, blocked that number, was the only one in my high school listening to the last remaining Wailer. He chanted, "We want the truth," and this led me to San Francisco State, where former Black Panthers were my professors. I was led to the truth. The natural mystic in the air guided me away from the conditioning that was supposed to keep me complacent and asleep. Thank you, Bunny, for answering your high call from Jah. Rest in peace, knowing you did exactly what you were supposed to do on this earth, and you made a huge impact. We needed you. I needed you. Thank you for telling me who feels it knows it. You taught me to trust myself, what our society fails to show us. Thank you for singing these lyrics of wisdom to me. Now, don't sit by your window gazing at the streets, sorrying for yourself. There's a light within you, so let it shine. Get up and move and start trying. Just get up and move, get right in the groove. Cry if you must cry. Now, don't point your fingers and you'll get by. Don't be no moonshining darling and sit down and cry. Please don't give up now before you give it a try. Thank you, Neville Livingston Jabi. That spoke right to me, straight to my being. I give thanks and high praises. I'm so glad that I walked the proud land with you. One love, one heart, one destiny. Jah Rastafari.
Buck. Wow, Monica Berger, what a beautiful tribute poem. That was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my goodness. I know. He could hear it and feel it. Has to. That was just so tremendous. And that you got to meet him, that's so great.
Oh, I'll never forget that.
Life. Oh my God. What a blessing. Monica Berger keeping it metronome real, letting them know what is the beat and the deal. May Bunny Wailer rest in peace, the original Wailer, one of three. It's so true. Thank you for reminding me, and here I am thinking just of my own, but that he's like of all of us, right? So thank you for that.
Oh, thank you.
Monica Berger, everybody. That was so dope. Now let's see what's good with Henry Alissimo, Brian Franco.
Ooh, that Monica Berger. You know, I was falling asleep and I got my quadruple espresso from her. Her energy is infectious. Let me go ahead. You're gonna need a plunger because I got so much new shit. It's gonna stop up the toilet at the new yard.
Takes no shit like a stopped up toilet.
Okay, so this is, you know, I like giving you a little bit of a haiku. This is a triku. It's a recipe triku. So it's called my James Beard Award-winning sandwich. 1. Blackening spices, Aleppo pepper, sumac, fenugreek, dried dill. 2. Smashed avocado mixed with chopped arugula, charred black and red fish. 3. Iraqi samoon puffed in a tandoor oven, soft, fluffy, ready. Thank you. We're gonna do this one called Why You Don't Know All Your Words Are Tattooed on Your Face. You told me my house was made of straw and you were the big bad wolf. Your words were hurricane force winds that blew my house down. I grew my next crop of hay in red clay so my next home could resist you. Then your words were made of fire and my charred skin chipped off, revealing a leathery elephant hide that was heat and flame proof. So you decided to let your words spit acid in my face, but the tears that rolled over the hardened scars on my cheeks learned to repel you. All your words, even when you try to be nice, are laced with ruinous disdain. But when you speak at others, you are actually talking to yourself. Wind has permanently mussed your coif, leaving you unkempt looking. Fire has singed your eyebrows, permeating your warped conscience with the putrid aroma of burnt human hair. All that acid you consumed has etched nooks and crannies into your soul that can only be filled with regret. Welcome to the mirror you have chosen to live in. That piece was done in Line Breaks and Bronx Beats last week, and this was this week's Line Breaks and Bronx Beats. So you've been banned from every bowling alley in the world. You have every wicked thing you need to survive. Roberto Carlos Garcia. The laser sharp tongue that has cut so many people from your life can precisely skin and fillet any fish in existence. All types of bones from all types of meats are fair game when you open your mouth and wield that hand-forged Japanese steel samurai sword of communication. The bowling balls your eyeballs transform into when you roll your eyes at anyone who disagrees with you are perfect ammunition for your conversational catapult of insults and know-it-allism. After 2 gold medals in biathlon, you retired your rifle and crossbow for a less conventional arsenal to defend your compulsive, obsessive social network of a life from real connection. All your admirers are impressed with your accuracy, acumen with weaponry, but those skills make your friends a bit reticent to invite you to Thanksgiving, Sunday supper, or even to care for their pet when they leave for a weekend. Your ability to stir up a hornet's nest without trying, where no hornet's nest ever existed, defines what happens when you show up, unsheath your sword, open your mouth, causing everyone else to bleed anxiety. One day you will die. Those who knew you well will decide how you are remembered. When you wield your words and actions as an elaborate imaginary armory, rather than courtesy, kindness, peace, love, and understanding, what others understand about you will not be what you want to be remembered for. And finally, I did this afternoon. This is called Lady Poetry. Poetry, it is no secret you are a woman. You are the goddess of midwifery. Each poem I give birth to bursts something inside my soul I never knew existed. Poetry bursts emotions, tears, laughter, anger, and confusion. Poetry bursts outrage, protest, justice, and humanity's ability to cure society's ills. Poetry bursts voices that did not know they were capable of eliciting everything poetry bursts. Poetry bursts words from minds that never knew they could communicate something visceral. Poetry bursts poets who read and hear poetry created by other poets, then find poetry inside their minds that will be read or heard by others who will create their own poetry, creating an infinite loop of other people creating poetry. Push, push, push! Congratulations, you've given birth to a poem. Gracias.
Generalissimo Brian Franco with all that new poetry. You know, your poetry is so descriptive. You make me hungry, then you turned my stomach, and then you soothed me. It was just so effective. What?
Well, you know, I consider you my New York mommy and advocate my New York daddy. So
I'll be your mommy. All right. Generalissimo. Brian Franco. Generalissimo Brian Baby Franco. I'm gonna have to let advocate of words know. We conceived a baby Brian Franco. Okay. And those radishes and all that coming out the ground. Now we're gonna go and see what Thomas Connor unearths tonight.
Unearth. Wow.
What's up, homie? My hip hop homie.
What's going on? What's going on? Peace, peace, everyone. So I'm just gonna get to it. What can you do in 8 minutes? Wash and chop a bag of veggies, transcribe a scene, memorize your lines, or die while the world stands by. Your neck broke, throats choked, your death stoked the bonfires of inequality. We've been praying for equity and liberty for centuries, yet she is blind, like her justice, standing by while they crush us. These 8 minutes of disbelief, 8 minutes of pain and grief, those are just words, verbs that created images that disturbed. No matter how much we insurge, our whole generation is being purged, on the verge of extinction, not by comets, just by cops with crooked knees, trying to crush our bodies and souls. Seems like we're all being killed in herds, this dirge, deep like the marrow in our bones. Listen as our ancestors moan. We groan because our future is unknown. But we, the downtrodden, must rise to the occasion. These 8 minutes of hate reverberates their hate. We still have time to change our fate, one crooked cop at a time. Peace. I got one more for you. This one is, so a few days ago, made a year since my mother passed. So I'm going to repeat this one. You guys may have heard this one before, but esto es para ti, mamá. Me hace mucha falta. Te quiero. Dear 2020, thanks for strengthening me. Balancing me, your scales of correction took me in directions that broke me down into sections. Quartering, slaughtering my concept of strength. Bench pressing another unexpected death. I failed to witness your last breath. Slowly as she slid into history, her death no longer a mystery, now only my reality. I yearn for one more bus trip to Brooklyn, head pressed against the glass, passing past Valencia, Botánicas, buying agua florida y árnica. Mi mamá era curandera, a healer, but she couldn't heal herself. No longer juggling salves and ointments, all appointments now non-existent. And like I said in my last piece, they were never needed. Now next to Pop, she is seated, still with conversaciones filled with bochinche. Like muchacha, ¿qué fue lo que dijo ella? Mi mamá era jodona, pero bella. Remembering my hand in hers, scurrying to the marqueta, buying cilantro y rabo, latas de crema de coco, her favorite dish, reminiscent of 2019 as she faded into the abyss. The sun gleamed bright like her light. Her name I want to scream, but unfortunately her ears can only now hear eternity. Peace.
Thomas Connor, blessings to your mother's spirit.
And I want to extend my condolences to you as well.
Yeah.
May he be basking, may anyone that we've lost be basking in the light.
They are. I really believe that they are. And I know your mother hears you and feels you. Si era curandera, hasta más.
Gracias. Paz y amor. Peace and blessings, everyone.
Thank you, Thomas Connor. Now let's go to Queen Ray Jane, the one who was born as an MC right before your eyes here on a Thursday night. How are you?
What's up? What's up?
Hey.
I'm
So
grateful.
good to see you.
Yes, it's good to see you as well. Just want you to know that we're with you, both in your sadness and your rejoicing, because as you mentioned, you know, death is also a transition. And I like to think of it as one to something greater than anything that we know. So we're also rejoicing with you.
Yes.
All right. So I got some new shit as well.
New shit.
Yes. Some today shit. All right. 2 short new shits. The first one is called CPR or DNR for a dying thing. What are the goals of my self-care? Aligning with the community inside me, calling myself family, discussing our living will, defining the limits on artificial means of resuscitation, instances caped in interventions claiming to be life support, fancy words for last resort. But before hungry hopes further distort, allow me one question to my court. Am I hailing my own Marys by choosing your love over me? And the second one is called Calling Bluffs. I'm picking off your apple tree, but you bet not never call me Eve. Fuck all your idiosyncrasies, each one sounding like a cop-out to me. I am pushing into my moon. I am preparing to arrive soon. For now, I'm both elevating and descending and still dropping in. Now I curate my mistakes. There's no longer a need to fake it. I can have my own cake and feed it to you. I am hard to swallow, hard to follow. That's the motto. I don't give a damn about your attempt at master plan. I am the axis about which you spin. I can be broken and made whole again and again and again. I won't carry your expectations of me. That shit too heavy by far. The most interesting part of me is that I am you. But you could never love either of us enough, so I'm through. Carrying your shit for you, I too got shit to do with strength. I grew, vining out of your concrete conclusions, animating all your illusions. Of course, there is confusion. I am enigma riddled with brain teasing mystery. To get into me, you gotta make yourself a portal. Prove to me you are immortal. Traverse yourself and let's get weird. Immerse baby toe in lakes of fear, then dive in that motherfucker backstroking in what we feel. Let's dig our deepest ditch, redefine the meaning of rich. We cry in every pitch, take time and carefully unstitch each crime. Repent inside, amens. Let's cast aside our regrets and let love reign with mouths agape to taste and to confess. Thank you.
Ray Jane, picking those apples, don't call her Eve. Brilliant and genius, as always, Queen Sis, to taste and confess. Wait, I don't know why you're muted. If you want to say anything else in closing.
Just blessings to y'all. Thank you for allowing me to share my words with you.
Stupendous. Everybody loves it. Look at the chat. It's
yes.
Just
thank you. I'm excited.
Done.
Bring it. Let's do it. What's up?
Best. All right, Ray Jane. Follow Ray Jane, please, at itsrayjane.com. Let them know.
That too. It's rayjane.com. That too. Thank you, bro.
Brilliant. And I love the purple. It's just faboo.
Love to you, sis.
Thank you, sweetheart. Love to you.
Welcome.
Royalty, you already know. Royal Loyals. Now, let's see what's good with Juan Ramirez Jr.
Yo. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
Good. How you doing, Juan?
Good to be here. What's up? All right, I'm just gonna jump into it.
You got Coquito on the board. I see that.
Oh, yeah. That's a play. I did a little video, so I had to do like a little background for it. I figured I'd mess around, do something cute. Try my poor drawing skills.
Cool.
Let's jump into it.
Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Wait.
Oh, what you? Oh, now you muted. Now you muted. Bro, now you muted. Just go. You want me to just go?
Sorry, that was my. Let's do this again.
All
Juan
right.
Ramirez
That's okay.
Jr. Where you at tonight? Let them know where you at before you go into your poem.
I'm in the South Boogie. I'm in the Bronx.
Boogie down
Born
Bronx.
and raised, all day.
Represent BX baby. Okay, take it away, my BX homie.
I'm a product of my environment where the nutrition label labels me made of hood vitamins. 16 servings per container serve me with no chaser. My serving size got to be 100 calories, but y'all couldn't bottle me. For your daily value, total fat is 0 grams, but PHAT is 100 grams. Whether saturated or trans, I'm all that in the bag with no air. They charge for a taste and a drag. You see, I'm not like any type, not heavy or light, because I can't be served along with rice or ice. With no salty bone, I could feed the dogs for days, girl. Drive through in this honey glaze, enough sugar sweets to lick teeth, but never give cavities. You'll shut your eyes, how sour overpowers as a bitter kisser couldn't keep her cool in a room temperature room that's hot. More protein, you like that umami, dig in. No ketchup. Leave me out. And even if forgotten, I won't go rotten. One of me's a batch, but I'm always from scratch. I'm a product of my environment. A remedy cure for your ailments, realigning your alignment. If you could find dirt, feel free to wash. If you have the strength, cut, slice, dice, or squash. But you can't blend me at all. I'm cooked, roast, stew, boil, poached, steam, grill, braised, steer, shimmer, seasoned, sauteed, grease, blanched, baked, fermented, whisk, mixed, fried, stir fried, deep fried, and you can eat raw. Keep your beef. I'm vegan, gluten, organic, and toxic. I can't be swallowed whole. Wipe your mouth or get yourself a napkin. If you can't taste this diet digest, shit. You's about to shit. Watch your manners. I'm food for thought that's good enough for your mama and nana. In the concrete jungle, they're at the top of the food diamond Cuban link chain. Yo, ma, you looking good and your boy Way look the same. They want to eat your food, talking about lunch meat. One bite ain't the appetite they mean when they hungry. They call them burners and out of the frying pan and into the fire, they gonna hit you with a turner. Up in your grill. When they smoke you and you spill. Serving shots, but he ain't asked for refills. I'd be lying if I told you I wasn't made of Mayan men, corner firemen standing by the fire hydrant, but they ain't firemen. The more the diamonds bling, you could tell that retirement looks like violence. No enlightenment or sciences can inspire them to stop dying, friend. In this environment, I'm a product. I watch. Boiling in my bubble, New York City, the melting pot. Thank you.
Damn, Juan Ramirez, even when forgotten, never rotten. You got bars, bro.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, y'all. Means a lot.
That was tremendous. People got chills. They're feeling that boogie down flavor and the heat. Yo, Juan Ramirez Jr. representing to the fullest. Love it. Yes. Okay. Now we're going to hear from our urban cowboy poet, ladies and gentlemen, Greg Michaels.
How you doing? My condolences to you, Bruja.
Thank you.
I'm gonna
tonight?
What?
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, but I'm gonna step out of character and read something for Women's History Month, if it's okay. My family has a place in women's history. Specifically, my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmother, Anne Dudley Bradstreet, the first published author in the Americas, and the first woman poet to be published in England or in the English language. When you think of feminism, you don't usually think of 17th century Puritan mother and wife, but every movement's got to start someplace. She was in a prominent family in the Massachusetts Bay Colony and extremely well read, but her poems she just wrote for her family and herself until her brother-in-law took them to England and got them published. But she made satirical digs about what society and her religion thought of the value of women at the time. And she had a very strong feminist role model that she wrote about here. So I'm going to do parts of it. In honor of that high and mighty princess, Queen Elizabeth by Anne Bradstreet. This is definitely old shit. Although great queen, thou now in silence lie, let thy loud herald fame doth to the sky thy wondrous worth proclaim in every clime, and so has fouled whilst there is world or time. So great's thy glory and thine excellence, the sound thereof wraps every human sense, that men account it no impiety to say thou wert a fleshly deity. Thousands bring offerings, though out of date, thy world of honors to accumulate. Mongst hundreds hecatombs of roaring verse, mine bleeding stands before thy royal hearse. Thou never didst, nor canst now disdain to accept the tribute of a loyal brain. Thy clemency did yours esteem as much the acclamation of the poor as rich, which makes me deem my rudeness is no wrong, though I resound thy greatness mongst the throng. No Phoenix pen, nor Spencer's poetry, no Speed's, no Camden's learned history. Eliza's works, wars, praise can e'er compact. The world's the theater where she did act. No memories nor volumes can contain the 9 Olympiads of her happy reign. Who was so good, so just, so learned, so wise, from all the kings on earth she won the prize. Nor say I more that truly is her due. Millions would testify that this is true. She hath wiped off the aspersions of her sex that women wisdom lack to play the Rex. Spain's monarch says not so, not yet his host. She taught them better manners to their cost. You'll skip. Was ever people better ruled than hers? Was ever land more happy, freed from stirs? Did ever wealth in England so abound? Her victories in foreign coasts resound. Ships more invincible than Spain's, her foe. She racked, she sacked, she sunk his armado. Skipping, her seamen through all straits the world did round. Terra incognita might know her sound. Her Drake came laden home with Spanish gold. Her Essex took Cadiz, their Herculean hold. But time would fail me, so my wit would too to tell half of what she did, or she could do. Skipping. Okay. She was a phoenix queen, so shall she be. Her ashes not revived more phoenix she. Her personal perfections, who would tell, must dip his pen in the Heliconian well. Which I may not, my pride doth but aspire to read what others write and then admire. Now say, have women worth, or have they none? Or have they some, but with our queen it's gone? Nay, masculines, you have taxed us long, but see, though dead, will vindicate our wrong. Let such as say our sex is void of reason, know 'tis a slander now, but once was treason. But happy England, which had such a queen, oh happy, happy had those days still been, but happiness lies in a higher sphere. Then wonder not, Eliza moves not here. Full fraught with honor, riches, and with days, she set like Titan in his ways. No more shall rise or set such glorious sun until the heavens' great revolution. If then new things their old form must retain, Eliza shall rule Albion once again. Thank you.
Urban cowboy poet Greg Michaels, coming from fine poetic stock. It's in the
Really?
blood, no wonder.
She's a feminist 200 years before Elizabeth Cady Stanton.
And look at that. It's still in the blood. It's still in there. And you are.
I guess. I didn't know. I found out.
Well, thank you, Greg Michaels. Everybody loves your work. Everybody. What once was treason, right? Breaking that down.
Right.
Much. Let them
So
know
she
how
did
to
it.
follow you.
What?
Let them know how to follow you.
Well, you can follow my legends on Urban Cowboy Poetry, YouTube or Facebook. Facebook. You could Google Anne Bradstreet too.
Google him. Thank you, Greg Michaels.
Google her.
Google, well, Google Greg Michaels, urban cowboy poet. Look at his videos on YouTube. Thank you once again.
De nada.
Peace. Ryan Dancho. Am I saying your last name right? Dancho?
Yeah, Dancho. You got it.
Hi, Ryan Dancho.
What up, La Bruja? What up, New Rican? You guys are awesome.
Good to see you.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah. Where are you at tonight?
Pittsburgh, PA.
Okay, cool. It's cold out there, right?
Oh, it's fucking freezing. But the radiator's working, so that's good.
That is good.
I got some new shit. I got a poem about mental health, but before that, I'm gonna do a shameless plug. I just put it in the chat. I got a podcast where I read like short fiction pieces and poems and just shit that I'm working on. So if anyone wants to check it out, that'd be cool. There's literally only one listener right now, so I could use like a second. But yeah, I'll just get to it. This is a mental health poem. This is about a pill. It's called Seroquel. So there are negative reflections on antipsychotics, such as that they shave off a few IQ points, that it does not feel pleasant. But there is also a grandeur in the simplified mind, if you've nothing to do and can lie down. I can remember the first time I took an antipsychotic. It was a pill I took at night, Seroquel. In my brightly lucid sleep, I saw staged a play that only existed between the bed sheets and the theater of dreams, about a man who was late to his own funeral. The man wakes up in the bathtub of his small apartment to a knocking at the door, friends who he lets in, who are pissed about him missing the funeral. Drinking, they retire to the living room, and what ensues is an Irish wake of drunken remembrances. Funny stories, anecdotes of the good times, all there on the boards for a sleeping audience of one. There's a great beauty of monologues, Dunnian sonnets, holy viscera of drama. Ah, God, the meaning, one could exclaim. But I couldn't make out the words. They were only mouthing them. This is because drugs of this nature affect the language center of the brain, and at their most potent, I cannot talk. A bit like a mother singing a lullaby to a child in utero. The child doesn't know the words because he hasn't learned to speak yet, but God, the melody. Ring around the rosies, pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes. La 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 la. I hear not the words, only the melody. I came to the conclusion the characters only intended to speak, and that was better. There was so much more meaning to it. It was simpler, more perfect. It was a simpler, more perfect world where characters only spoke in intentions. And you did not need to come up with the lines. It is perfect. It is perfection. It is. What ensues is a drunken wake of remembrances. The wake-goers speak at length the hours-long intention of "you were loved," but the many men do not direct their speech at the one man. It is as if he isn't really there, as if he is a ghost. Only a woman spoke to him directly, perhaps a girlfriend, speaking the intention to the man, why? It is the purest state of mind, where art lives, where idea is abstract. It is the prehistoric fire cavemen told stories around. Seroquel puts the brain to sleep in the primitive place where the stars were born. The woman speaks the intention of why? Why, God, why? And in a fit of rage goes to the bathroom where the man follows. She sees the blood in the tub and knows she has to clean it up. The man speaks the intention of, I'm sorry, but she can no longer hear him. The man speaks the intention of, I was in pain, to no one. There are positive reflections on antipsychotics, such as that any constant pain which becomes absent is sorely missed. That's it.
Wow, Ryan, that was
fucked up.
So real, but it really speaks to just, how we can't ever let anything affect the part of us that lets us express our truth, like for it to be able to numb something like that, something that helps heal us, as a community, as poets, and how we thrive, because I too have been prescribed certain things, for either depression or whatever over time in certain points in my life, and I myself, for the short time that I took any of it, I was like, nah, man, this ain't for me.
Pills aren't 100% bad. I'm on the good pills right now, so it's working. So
okay, good. Well, for me, I don't remember what I was prescribed, but I couldn't feel the lows, but I couldn't feel the highs, and I was like, yeah,
that's shitty.
Can't do that. But thank you, Ryan Dancho, for that. That was so enlightening, so powerful. And that line about like being in the bed, what was that line? Oh my God, it was so powerful. The bed
No
sheets
clue.
between the play of the bed sheets and the dream between the bed sheets and the theater of dreams. Ooh, get it, baby. Write that poetry. Love it. How can people follow you?
Just go to my podcast, or I'm on Facebook.
Yeah, go to his
Podcast is in the link.
podcast.
I need more listeners.
He needs more listeners, and you are definitely worth a listen. Thank you, Ryan.
Peace.
Peace. That was dope. Okay, let's see what's good with Jeff Cottrell and his funny questions about elephants and Dumbo.
All right. So I'm out of new shit, so here's a rerun.
Okay.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Entertainment Central's Celebrity Biography-O-Rama. Tonight, we pay tribute to one of Hollywood's most luminous stars of the 21st century, Halle Berry. More than a star, Halle Berry is renowned worldwide as a major beauty, an acclaimed actress, and a fervent activist for environmental protection and women's issues. Halle Berry has left a strong legacy of influence and admiration in the wake of her success and is, on the whole, better than you. Born in a humble Cleveland family, Halle Berry struggled for years with her parents' divorce and an absent father. Yet this traumatic childhood only sharpened and strengthened her ambitions that you could never possibly understand. Halle Berry learned early on to overcome setbacks and believe in her talents. She is a woman who has earned her fame and riches through years of hard work and perseverance. You have not worked or persevered hard enough to achieve the sort of status Halle Berry enjoys. That is why we are not doing a show about you. Halle Berry's star began rising right from her film debut in Spike Lee's Jungle Fever, and she continued to impress both audiences and critics throughout the 1990s and 2000s with distinguished roles in Bulworth, X-Men, Swordfish, Die Another Day, and Cloud Atlas, movies that have not featured you. Through the ups and downs of her career, Halle Berry has maintained her fan base with charm, grace, a sincere social consciousness, and a winning smile. Halle Berry is an all-round wonderful human being. We like Halle Berry. Everybody likes Halle Berry. Nobody likes you. Halle Berry's worldwide fame did not begin with her acting talents. It was her astonishing natural beauty that first got her noticed. She was the first runner-up in the Miss USA competition when she was only 19 years old, and she finished 6th in the Miss World pageant later that year. Unlike most people, which of course includes you, Halle Berry has not lost her looks with age, and even childbirth has not ruined her figure. Well into her 30s and 40s, Halle Berry was proclaimed as the most beautiful woman in the world by People at Esquire magazines, and even rapper Hurricane Chris was inspired to record a song in praise of her. You're fat. Halle Berry reached the pinnacle of her illustrious career in 2002 when she won the coveted Oscar for Best Actress for her performance in the film Monsters Ball. She was the first African-American woman in history to win the Best Actress Academy Award. And now we would like you at home to go over to your fireplace mantle or trophy case as it may be and count how many Academy Awards you have. Take your time. It's not very many, is it? May we hazard a guess of 0? Good for us. No, the championship trophy that you won with your softball team when you were 7 years old does not count it as an Academy Award. Speaking of which, how many softball trophies have you won recently? Would it be 0? It would. We seem to be on a roll, and you evidently are not. And now, we take you live to the Shrine Auditorium in Los Angeles for the presentation of the annual Celebrity Biography-O-Rama Lifetime Achievement Award. Yes, every year we give our coveted and esteemed Lifetime Achievement Award to a truly deserving person in the industry, a legend whose track record has passed the test of time and adapted gracefully with the changing winds of history, someone who has worked hard to get to his or her place in the world and prove that talent, effort, and never-ending belief in oneself can produce magic. Past recipients of the Celebrity Biography-O-Rama Lifetime Achievement Award have included Federico Fellini, Seamus Heaney, Philip Glass, John Updike, and Corey Feldman. And now, we present the 26th edition of this award to you. Yes, the 2021 Celebrity Biography-O-Rama Lifetime Achievement Award goes to you. Just kidding, you little shit. Halle Berry gets the award. She has earned it, while you most emphatically have not. This concludes this week's Celebrity Biography-O-Rama. Next week's edition is a full hour-long tribute to the one and only Halle Berry. We just can't get enough Halle Berry. Don't you wish you were Halle Berry? We certainly wish you were Halle Berry, but you're not. So piss off. That was called Halle Berry.
Really? I couldn't guess that that's what it was called. Halle Berry's nipples must be itching right now. That was amazing. Well, it is Women's Month, and Halle Berry is definitely a worthy woman to celebrate.
Alrighty.
Thank you, Jeff Cottrell. Okay, so let's see what's good. Speaking of powerful women that deserve an award, let's see what's good with Chris Lally, Crystal Guerra. You there?
Here I am. Yep. Hello, everyone. Oh, it's been a minute. I've been listening, though. I've been listening, Ray Jane, every week. I've been like, I have my kids, so I have the video off, but I've been listening, and thank you for keeping me going. It's been a rough month, but we're here. So new shit, only one, no Spanish. That's what I got. Yeah, he's got the nerve to tell me he wants to see his son, but can't come up with the courage to say, I'm sorry for hitting you. I fucked up. And here I am playing airplane, dangling shame in front of his face, hoping for his mouth to open up like, I don't think you're a monster. I don't think you're your worst action. We all make mistakes. Just open up and we can sort this out. I swear, I know people can change. Should I changed? Not as much as I want, but at least I'm honest now. Yep, I'm a mess. Got a list of missed opportunities longer than achievements. Ever since I remember, always been a little too nuts. Thing is, I don't remember much. Got my first 8 years tucked in a safe. Lost the key, so I picked the lock. Learned my lesson about Pandora's box. Now I can't forget. It's fucking with my step. Got me tolerating your threats. Like this is what love is. Got me internalizing your insults. Now I gotta trick myself to eat. Turning spoons into planes. I'm reclaiming my magic. Turns out I'm a great cook. I don't have to trick myself. I tried to help. I really did. I reached out, but you twisted arm. I know your traumas got the best of you. I know I'm full of contradiction. I know your daddy beat your mama. I know your mama still feed him dinner. I know my abuelo beat my abuela. And if he were alive, my abuela would also still feed him dinner. And I know, and still he's at the center of my altar. Abuelo, te extraño. I know sacrifice is my inheritance. Mujeres taking it and taking on creation and violence. And real talk, I do feel shame. Don't think I could ever take what women before me did. And because of them, I live. Real talk. I don't know if this cycle stops with me, if I'm just on repeat. Real talk. I don't think I can have another kid. So I got one writing solo en este mundo. Real talk. Some days I have hope, and others I dig a well. Because I'm collecting all my tears, hoping to go swimming in a year, baptize my new eyes, cure my hide, hold my breath and count to 10, learning how to hold life and shake my own hand, make a deal with myself, promise me a flower.
Yo, Crystal Guerra, Chris Lally, wow. I mean, I'm speechless. You have people crying. You're so brilliant. and just, oh my God, how you use the spoon and just the food and the shame of the guilt and the violence and the patriarchy and the machismo, and wow, Chris Lally, fuerza para ti, mujer. You already know. Fuerza para ti.
No.
You are breaking cycles. You know that, right? You are breaking cycles. You're breaking ground with your poetry. And I believe in you. You already know. I mean, I said that letter of recommendation. I don't know if you ever read it, but I meant that
I
shit.
haven't read it. I was too shy.
You need to read that shit. I really meant that. Every word. May all the success and freedom and joy and everything for you.
Muchas gracias, and thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Chris Lally, damn, blowing it up with the truth, man. Oh my God, people are left speechless. I'm left speechless. But we do have to keep it going and keep it flowing, as you all are well knowing. Thank you, Chris Lally.
Thank you.
We're gonna go now to Unmesh Mohidkar, who just published his book. People already have it. Talk to me, Unmesh.
Hey, La Bruja.
Hey.
How are you? And I told you that we are a family, and thanks everyone for supporting my book. Everyone, Marisa, Tricia, Ron, General, so many people. I might have missed few. Midnight, Matthew, Elken, there are a lot of people who have supported. Thank you, thanks a lot. I would have never thought that people from all over the world will support that. Thank you, thanks a lot. So today I got two haikus, one poetry in 13 and one short poem. So first one is called nothing, okay? There's no name for it, okay? Looking through the window. Looking through the window, saw a dimly lit temple. Looking through the window, saw a dimly lit temple. Hush, gods are asleep. That was the first one. Second one, light never dies. Light never dies, in hollow space, travels alone, along with the dead souls. That was the second one. Third one is regarding unnecessary fights. A lot of blood is spilled because of no reason. It's very short, but it's very near to my heart. Swords drawn, mask withdrawn, blood boils, then flows, mixes with mud, mockingly glows. That was about the fights, and this is the last one. Burning hell, is it there? Angels in the heaven, are they there? I think of them daily. Do they think about me? Are we living for the angels? Then why are we dying? Street smart, diplomatic words used to hide lies. Truth a taboo. So if burning in hell is assured, still why we aspire? Angels and heaven. Let us not worry about the paradise. Let's have concern for our neighbor or the laborer with stomach sticking to his back. Eyes empty. Don't search the kingdom of God. Just help the living children of God. Don't search the kingdom of God. Just help the living children of God. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Unmesh, congratulations again. The passion that you put into your work and your poetry and even in your delivery is just, it's just unmatched. Unmesh, it's unmatched.
Yeah, thanks. And I'm learning from all of you actually. So slowly I learned few things. I picked a few things from everyone. So I'm now mix and match, something like that. Thanks a lot. You guys are awesome. You can follow me on Unmesh Mohidkar on Facebook and Instagram, Mohit Karunmesh on Twitter. But yep, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yes. Much love to you. Much success. Buy his book, read it, and then practice in the mirror like he does. Like recite it like he does with all of this passion. I love it. Okay. Let's see what's good with Vincent. Is it Midolo? Is that the way you say it? Midolo?
It's Medolo, but close
Oh,
enough.
Madolo. Okay.
You good?
I gave
I'm
it
like,
a New Yorican.
nah, that's all right. Yo hablo español también un poquito. I don't usually perform my poems, but I made a promise to a friend, so I kind of got to keep it. You know, I lost my wife and my best friend a few years ago, and my daughter's mother. And you know, a lot of people after a death, they explore like the sadness and liberation, but not really the anger side of it. So this was sort of my attempt at it. It's called Idol Goddess. I try to hold on to a belief you gave me, a belief that there's more than flatlining faith in invisible gods. Your voice, a halfway house homily, spelled out the wonderment of eternal paradise. But actions speak louder than words, and you're nowhere to be found. I've searched every street corner, scoured every crack den I can find, listening to every based out sermon in search of salvation. Your church slammed its doors in my face, extinguished every smudge stick and candle, rang its bells at 3 p.m. for what would be the last time, leaving this parishioner with more questions than answers. I try to hold on to a belief you gave me, but my conviction is hemorrhaging on the granite steps of your temple. My swollen knees can no longer take the abuse, my hands unrecognizable as the calluses pop from gripping onto every half-hearted speech you ever gave. How was I ever convinced our mortality would withstand the test of time? And if that is faith, then where the fuck are you now?
Wow. Vincent, thank you for sharing that intimate, personal honesty. You know, we are here for you, and I'm just so grateful that you kept your word and shared your word. You know,
Yeah, it's definitely something that's tough. I appreciate it. Honestly, I appreciate the time off. I'm not good with like the chat and shit, but I've been listening. You guys are all fucking fantastic, honestly.
Well, welcome to the family.
Appreciate it.
Madolo.
You can find me on Instagram or Facebook, Perma Burned Poetry.
Perma burned?
You got it.
Thank you, Vincent. Much love to you, and much in you and raising your daughter and everything. We're here for you, and you know, always, always, always.
I appreciate the time.
Yes, thank you for that. I love what we do. I just love this. I love this community. Michael Sindler is up next. Let's see what Michael has to say.
What do I have to say?
What do you have to say, sir? How are you?
Good question. First thing I have to say is, you know, cyber hugs to you on your loss, and also to Vincent's. That was like a really brave piece you just did, man. And to everybody out there, whatever you're dealing with. And I'm just going to do a couple pieces here. Dealing with the wonderful Women's History Month, which is 11 months short of how many we need to celebrate it, but nonetheless. This is, unfortunately, we can't do screen share here. I'd show you the picture, but this is inspired by a painting by Joseph Wright at Derby called Elizabeth, Mrs. John Bostock. So this is Elizabeth's tale. Yes, it's true. I'm not exceptionally pretty, but my father provided an ample dowry to make sure I'd be suitably wed. And when Mr. Bostock nodded his head, my fate was sealed with nary a thought of what I wanted, as if I'd been bought like the purebred horses regally framed, for which Mr. Wright is rightly famed. And so I sit, and with his brush he paints skin my husband ne'er deigned touch. he who prefers to consort with courtesans of a lower sort, never caring about my own comfort. But I do not dally like a tart with those who try to steal my heart, because I know them insincere, and also because of fear the scandal a dalliance might wreak if discovered. And then, so to speak, I'd be little more than vanquished ghost, my presence unwanted by any host. And so I sit and while the hours away, ruin my accursed wedding day. And that's a painting from 1769, which is roughly 200 years before women in America were allowed to have their own checking accounts. So progress goes a little slower than we might like. And on the other side of things, this one's a tribute. It's called Mother's Circle. The women in my mother's circle, each in different ways, my life nurtured, filled cracks in knowledge I could fall through, with confidential ears that I could talk to about so many things I didn't understand as I struggled on the road to be a man. In my heart, each one still holds a special place. Their wisdom still echoes from beyond the grave, with their compassion and their empathy, those priceless gifts of time they gave to me. Okay, and let's celebrate and respect the whole 51% of the people on this planet.
Michael, thank you so much for honoring the women and saying those things about, it should be 11 months more. Thank you so much for your poetry, for the tribute, for honoring women, being such a respectful and humble person. Thank you so much. Michael Sindler. Your heart's in the right place, Sindler. That's all I got to tell you. Now let's go with Paul Con Queso, Paul La Torre. I want to say I'm not going to be able to get into the waiting list tonight because I'm fighting a bit of a headache in the back of my head, and we're going past our 2-hour limit. So, yeah, let's
that
see.
Boom, 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 boom going on.
Yeah, it's in there, and I want to make some bustelo before it really
I was gonna say maybe some rum. You gotta like the what do they call it? Like the hair of the. What the fuck do they call it? When you just gotta drink the day after a hangover, just drink it away. That's my advice. My advice is just
I'll see about that. Maybe I'll throw some rum into the bustelo, but something my body's saying cafeína, cafeína, cafeína. So what's good, Paul?
First, before I go, I want to give a shout out to Poetak. Poetak came in the clutch for me this week. I was teaching my students haiku, senryu, tanka, and renga, and he sent me a 7-minute lecture all the way from Tokyo that I could give my students like a real authentic, view of composition of haiku from one of the haiku masters. So I wanted to give a shout out to Poetak for looking me out. But yeah, that's just New Yo Love. That's family looking out for each other. And I'm gonna probably pick some other people's brains over the next few weeks if they want to jump in and be part of a master class teaching one of my classes, fun stuff. All right, so I did something different this week. I got a few shorter pieces because I'm trying to write shorter, brevity. I mean, a couple are a little bit long, but they're not like my usual 6-minute long epic type shit. So I'm just gonna get to it. This one's called Human Herstory X. Because we all came from a woman. Got our name from a woman, our game from a woman, threshold for pain from a woman. The first music we ever hear is syncopating beat, hearts in harmony, blooming ventricles inside of uterine cocoon, and somehow even this miraculous communion turns bloodletting. Our very lives forged and fortified from sanguineous sacrificial drain of our women. Maybe if we treated our women like the infinite figure 8 resources of deus and divinity rather than some finite oil-like commodity, to tip, drill, mine, and toss dollars at. Without her, there is no history, arithmetic, biology, geometry, or geology. Perhaps if the womb of the spinning igneous were treated as sacred as she is, her wounds and scars, cracks and crevices would regenerate. Don't you think it's about time we stand by her side instead of some gendered war? Why not have her children support while she procreates in this age? We all need to be motherfucking feminists. I'm telling you all, not only is God a woman, God is the OG single mother impregnated by the Big Bang, who instead of crumbling under the weight of so much pressure, decided to woman up and raise us all by herself. Right, so this second one is called Imposter Syndrome Speaks. I am both a host unto myself and an alien within my own skin. I deny all my gifts, even suspicious of my blessings. It seems like every clever thing I say feels stolen from a past life where perhaps I was a breed of copycat. All right, this one I don't really have a title for. I'm gonna just read it. Whether or not you believe it, as a recovering bulimic, I swallow all the time. Pause. Rewind. All the time I swallow. Unpause. I wonder why it is, as a society, we eschew taboo and feel the need to skew cis heteronormative. Fuck it then. I'll swallow all I gotta until the day comes. I no longer feel so empty in this nucleus until all my hollow transmogrifies and solidifies to form nougaty center, because you are not yourself when hungry. And thank God I no longer starve myself of mental health digesting these candy coated bars and nuts, and all until I feel every bit the king-sized regal being I was born to be. All right, now I'm going to do a little weird dark stand-up. This is called breakdown stand-up. Want to hear my mental health my mental health meltdown joke? Knock, knock. Who's there? Your unrelenting world-ending depression. Your unrelenting world-ending depression, who? Don't play dumb with me. Okay then. You want to come in? I already did. Oh, okay, cool. Confucius speaks, asking allegorical rhetorical questions like, will I ever be all right with the man that I am inside? Alexa, play Hamilton Satisfied. All right, this is a haiku. Want to see a dead body? If so, just look in the mirror, asshole. All right, and this is my last one. Therapy, the biggest flex. Sitting with the trauma, the harmful thoughts, and not running from, but into battle with the gargantuan gaijin rising from Tokyo Bay. This is the brain's way of saying to heart, I can do better. I can be better. I can treat us both better. I can be kinder. And don't you see, I am trying.
Paul Con Queso, you're a poetic G. You know this, right? Man.
Much love, Bruja. Love all of y'all. Thank you guys for always being there to support, even when I'm not feeling myself. I love y'all so much.
Oh, man. I love you. Yo, everybody needs to be a feminist. I co-sign on that. That was absolutely so true. And your knock knock joke, it was dark.
Sorry.
But I'm here for it.
Dark humor. I'm trying. I'm no Vernita, but I'm trying, you know? Shut up.
I love it.
All right, if y'all want to follow me, at Paul Con Queso on Instagram, y'all.
Yeah, follow him, Paul Con Queso, and queso is spelled Q-U-E-S-O. That's cheese in Spanish. So that's what it is, bringing you that good cheese. Thank you, Paul La Torre. Mucho amor para ti y fuerza. All right. Ahora, let's see now. We saw him early at the top of the show, Bill Elkins. He was holding his guitar early, ready to rock.
Oh, well. Lining up in the neutral zone again. Anyway, I'd like to extend my condolences to your loss, La Bruja. Sorry to hear about it. Anyway, hope everything goes well for you. What doesn't destroy you makes you stronger, they say. Anyway, I have a new song I'd like to perform tonight. It's a song about spring here in California. It's called California Sunshine Spring. I hope you like it. Wild spring flowers blossom under deep blue sunny skies. April showers nourish plus greenery ever so far and wide. Majestic snow atop our mountains melt, unveiling gray and alpine green. The mighty Pacific unleashes titanic force upon our beaches, coast and stream. California sun burns off coastal fog, warming our mountains, desert and land. We absorb its warmth while we play in our parks, field and sand. We plunge ourselves into cold waters to give our bodies an effervescent shock. We honor the night when we gaze at stars dancing to the circadian clock. What an existential treat to awaken to a springtime breeze. What an existential thrill to awaken to a springtime chill. All living things dance and sing in Mother Nature's springtime dream. California sunshine spring, Mother Nature's springtime dream. California sunshine spring. Wild spring flowers blossom under deep blue sunny skies. April showers nourish plus greenery ever so far and wide. Majestic snow atop our mountains melt, unveiling gray and alpine green. The mighty Pacific unleashes titanic force upon our beaches, coasts and streams. What an existential treat to awaken to a springtime breeze. What an existential thrill to awaken to a springtime chill. All living things dance and sing in Mother Nature's springtime dream. California sunshine spring, Mother Nature's springtime fling. California sunshine spring, California sunshine spring. Thank you.
All right, Bill Elkins with that new music. You know, only the brave can use the word existential in a song.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill. Lovely. I'm so happy you're writing new music. That's amazing.
Oh yeah, I got a couple more too. I'll do down the line.
Oh, looking forward to it. Thank you, Bill. Much love to you.
No, thanks a lot, LeBrua.
Awesome. Existential dreams. Now we're gonna go to Edward Foreman right now. Let's see what's good with Edward, the fireman Foreman. He's gonna bring the heat.
I always do, and I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you, Ed.
You're very welcome. I have two pieces. One is a little short, and the other one is very adult. So if anyone doesn't want to listen to the second one, I completely understand. But if you do, get ready for a sizzling show. All right. This is called. This is homage for Women's Month. Favorite lady can have just one. They're all strong, smart, and fun. They're all brighter than our sun. They're all carving stuff that weighs a ton. They're all graceful, either standing or on the run. They're all need to be admired when the days are done. Okay, that was a homage. And this is called Luxurious Wonderland. I still feel your warmth on the sheets. You wobble, but you got by. You quickly smirked and said, I was hell of a guy. It was a moment, moments without time or words. We flew high, levitate higher than the satellites or the birds. Our eyes mesmerized, peeking to each other's souls. The memories radiate, sparkled in silver or gold. Our bodies were naked, naked to any animal or tree. We were boundless, freer than free. Your lips were plump, juicier than any apples or peaches. The deep part of my soul, your tongue quickly reaches. Your mouths were heavenly, softer than pillows or clouds. Every time I touch them, you make tantalizing sounds. Your stomach is a lake, it was so warm and smooth. The soft but rumbling, noisy truth. Your pink oyster, it feels like making love to the salty, tasty sea. You smile with glee, but you jump wider than a flea. Your G-spot, the euphoria at the end of the pink road. Whenever I push it, your voice shadowed glasses and stone. Your pound cake, you got a grade A ham. You love when I go behind and dance the slow jam. Your hairless roads, I kissed them in without end. Love with them enough, you giggle with the wind. Your tiny skiggle feet, they look colorful where I lay. They curl every time we tussle and play. Our bodies shake like jello. You quiver every time we touch. We had climactic nirvana and an orgasmic ecstasy, just my sexual hunch. Your whole body is a sensational wonderland. It will take you passionate trips, you'll understand. Thank you.
Ed Foreman. It was actually it was a little less than what I'm used to. Actually, it was a little softer. It was softer porn poetry.
Well, it's just something. It's just oil on the day, so I might make something more spicy. But I was just.
No, it was smooth. It was smooth. How many love poems do you have?
Oh, remember, I'm a magician. I can never tell. But,
Edward the fireman foreman heating it up with his poetry. Thank you once again for
thank
joining
you.
us and
Thank you.
delivering the heat. Yep, always good for that heat. Now to close it up, let's see what's good with Easter poetic desire.
I'm going to try to read two. The first one, kind of for Women's Month. I wrote this a few years ago, though. It's called What Women Want. What women want is nothing like its movie counterpart, to have their every secret, thought, desire, fear, and dream openly known. A woman's cryptic code of thinking, now deciphered by the puzzled men who use that cracked code of women philosophies in hopes to better satisfy her every clandestine, conceptualized envisionment of thoughts contained within her figment of imagination, knowing as if by ESP he has predicted with acute preciseness exactly what she perceives of her wants and needs. Though it would make a glorious revelation, a much easier way of communication for a woman to have every notion she's fancied, anticipated, and granted without using her famous technique of coy, cold shoulders and mystic, mime-like interrogations, hoping he'd figure it out on his own, the meaning of her silent interpretations. What women really want is more than a yearning for him to read her mind so that she wouldn't have to speak into existence what she truly wishes and desires. If he could only have foreseen and solved the message of her cryptic, coded, womanly philosophy of communication. What women really want is not for her every thought to be known and interpreted. What women really want is to be treated fairly and be respected. What women really want is freedom and equality. What women really want is to know they can overcome adversity. What women really want is more acknowledgement for what they do. What women really want is to shed society's shadowed veil, become unsubdued. What women really want is for their voice to be heard loud and clear. What women really want is to know they too can make a difference here. What women really want is the same rights as those freely given to men. What women really want is to celebrate this year. Our history is our strength. Women no longer desire to be oppressed as in those olden days, confined to stereotypical views of women slaving over a kitchen stove, parading as a housemaid, dolled up as a Stepford wife, whose only other job requirement is to maintain her child factory room, literally popping out from within her, her own humanly buns in the oven, to sustain the continuance of the human race, to be simply a housewife and no more, taking care of children and all such house chores. No, women don't desire to be oppressed, as in those olden days, their voices silenced, their thoughts veiled in secrecy, hidden in the shadows of society, for men saw no reason for any woman to speak her mind of opinion, for that would be seen as treason if a woman were to be given that opportunity. But the women stand there united, wedded and harmoniously sung, sanctioned agreements of opinions, all rallying in protest, coming out from society's shadows, pulling back and shedding their veils, stepping into the light of day to stand up for their beliefs, for women to live their lives in a better, brighter way. The everyday housewife seeks to clean up more than just dirty dishes, desiring to change the world, scrubbing out the sinful acts of man's presence. The everyday mother seeks to nurture a world of immorality, to bring to light love and compassion, creating a more ethical, conscientious world of humility. The everyday woman seeks to venture out into the world, make a difference, be seen and understood as a grown woman, not just the meek child of a girl. For this everyday woman has aspirations, ambitions, and dreams. She wants to have something more in life to strive for, to break through in fields of science, politics, sports, literature, art, any position which shall now hold women in esteem. Pioneering remarkable accomplishments, seeking feministic liberty, researching your mind, textbooks or online. Remember the women who brought about change through their strong-willed fight to be the first to embark on historical changes to women's rights. The women's rights movement, fighting for suffrage, the feminist movement, all attempts made by women to take a stand, demand to be unrepressed, was a success each year now since 1978. A celebration of women's history and contributions are explored, discovered, remembered, and honored. Stories of women's achievements have become integral to the fabric of our history. Our history is our strength. So let's celebrate the tenacity, courage, and creativity of women all around the world, each who have the possibility to become role models for one another, creating and providing the source of a woman's strength to obtain the essence of history, molding the perception of what women want today. And one more that I hadn't planned to read, but this is for La Bruja. That's why I found this real quick. I wrote it a couple years back. It's called Stars in the Sky. What if the stars in the sky are windows looking out of heaven, and the essence of its light shines from the spirit it beckons? A spirit which too soon left this earth, launching itself to the heavens above. Oh, hold on, let me start over. What if the stars in the sky are windows looking out of heaven, and the essence of its light shines from the spirit it beckons? A spirit which too soon left this earth, launching itself to the heavens above, to peer through that window from the other side, keeping a watchful eye on the ones they love. A gateway between our two worlds, this window in the evening sky, is a portal through which our lost loved ones shine through when we wish to have them nearby. For on our side of this starry night window, we seek solace in our moment of grief, hoping that the spirit of our lost loved one has crossed over and found heavenly peace, praying that all their pain and suffering has healed and no longer troubles them, so that we may find some peace of mind in knowing their spirit arrived safe and happy. So nothing will ever be the same. You are no longer here with me, but through the memories that we have shared, you will always live on through the heart of me. This isn't goodbye. Just got to lift my head to the sky, knowing that you are shining down on me from heaven, peering through your starry night window, wishing the same wish that those of us left behind are safe, happy, strong, and able to go on living. Good night.
Wow, Easter poetic desire. I can't think of a better way to close out our evening. You hit on two powerful, powerful messages for our women. and for our loved ones in heaven. Thank you so much for your thoughtfulness and for your poetic desire, Boo. And so you're a poetic Pisces, so this is your season. We're in Pisces season. So much love. May the stars align for you in every verse, every word, every expression. Thank you so much, Easter Poetic Desire. Let them know how to follow you.
Facebook and Instagram as Poetic Desire, Poetic with a K, and 6-word memoirs as Poetic Pisces.
So cool. Thank you once again. Thank you, all of you for your time, for your thoughtfulness, for your heart, for your energy, for your frequency, for your vibration that I feel so deep within me. I'm so grateful to all of you for your love. I love this community, you already know, but I'll say it again. I love you and I'm so thankful for you. Until next time, next Thursday, just one little week away, I'll get to be with you again. And blessings, stay creative, stay doing it, stay loving, stay writing music. Bill Elkins, Paul La Torre, DG Clearing. I'm sorry we didn't hear you today. You were right on the cusp. But I'm rooting for you for next Thursday. Thank you, everybody. And the New Eurekan Poets Cafe thanks you, because without you, we would be nothing. Much love. Buenas noches. Good night. A tomar bustelo voy yo. Peace.